Hello, creative musicians out there. Musicians with a desire to make something and put it out into the world and hopefully find somebody out there that loves what you do as much as you do. And that's the important thing. You need to love what you do. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be the best thing. You don't have to be an egomaniac like myself and think that everything you do is wonderful. Even any pile of old crud, you know, that you do. You can just bloody put the camera on and start talking, say whatever you want. I mean, it is a bit weird. Anyway, that's by the by. On this video, I'm going to go through the 10 steps. Notice the number 10. People love the number 10 and a list. They love it. The 10 steps to get your music out there and become a creative person with a career doing all that type of stuff. All the stuff you dream of. You can't do that, Andy. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter what you say on this video. You won't persuade me. I've tried and I've got nowhere. And now it's just going to be some positive thinking, sort of Tony Robbins, you know, big-chinned bloody pep talk. And I don't want that. I'm depressed and I'm fed up. Well, this video will tell you how to do it. I promise you, I'm about to tell you how to do it. And if you do this, you should get somewhere. Where you'll get, I don't know. Because as Bilbo Baggins found out, you have to leave the front door and go off. And who knows what will happen when you go and do that. And that's the whole point. You don't know. Now, the biggest problem that creative types have is they never get anything done. They never get anything recorded or written. They never get anything done. They keep thinking about it. And what puts them off are two ideas that they've got stuck in their head. And we need to get those ideas and we need to just get rid of them. The first idea that you've got, which is stopping you doing something, then these ideas are rubbish. Whether they're true or not, doesn't matter. They're stopping you from doing what you want to do. So the first one is this. Yes. You don't think you're good enough. Well, you know, so many good people out there, and I'm probably not very good anyway, you know, and someone so-and-so's better than me, blah, blah, blah. Right, so I ain't even going to challenge it. You have to just forget that, right? Why? Because you need to create. Creative people need to create. Once you realise you need to create and get your stuff out there, and you need to be doing that for your own sanity, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if someone's better than you, but also you're an individual, and what you offer, if you can be an individual and not think that the way to being good is to copy somebody else, copy your favourite band, be just like them, listen to their mixes and their production and make it all posh and nice. No. With AI coming, this is even more apparent. If you just do what you do with all your cruddiness and crapness, you know, you will have an individual product. And who knows, there might be somebody out there just daft enough to like your crud. And you don't know whether they will or not. Now, the word crud is going to feature throughout this video. In fact, this video is going to be built upon the concept of crud. I love crud. There's nothing wrong with crud. And I think the world now, with the democratization that's come through all this technology and the internet and all that type of stuff, it's time for the man in the street and the woman in the street to get their crud out of there. The world needs crud. We don't need perfection. We don't need perfect recordings all gone through Pro Tools with not an iota of individuality. Individuality equals crud. Remember that. This is the big pep talk but I've got something on this video that's going to help you. It's actually going to help you. So that's the first idea. Not good enough. What's the other idea that puts everyone else off? Well, there's just so many other people doing it. What's the point? It's too much competition. But they aren't doing what I'm about to say on this video. They're going wrong. That's why they don't get anywhere. Right? So what's the first thing you got to do? Write a song, make a piece of music, whatever. Just make something that sounds like something. Doesn't matter what it is. You can go out and write, you know, record bird song on your iPhone. You can release that if you want. I would enjoy listening to an album full of bird song. You can do whatever you want. You can record onto your iPhone. It doesn't, forget quality. Quality is the enemy of doing. Right? Forget quality. It's not about being, there's enough quality out there. There's too much quality out there. Forget quality. Right, so I thought I need to put my money where my mouth is. Rather than just tell you how to do it, I am going to do it on this video. I am going to write a song, I'm going to record it, and I'm going to put it through this process. At the end of this video, there will be a song out there, and it will it will be existing in the world. And believe me, this song will be crud. I haven't bothered in the slightest. So I decided to write a song called Crud. And I decided that the chorus would just be the word crud over and over again. I wanted to make sure I didn't do anything that was good whatsoever. So I just slapped the recording down. I've recorded everything wrong, just banged a few mics up. I've created a video for it, which I mimed to, and I couldn't remember the words, so that's not very good. I tried to keep every single mistake in. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I ripped off another song. I ripped off Louie Louie, one of the most basic songs in the whole world that everybody loves. A dumb song. Louie Louie is a dumb song. So I basically ripped off Louie Louie. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Replacing the words Louie Louie with the words crud. Now, I bet you all want to watch this. Why? I tell you why, because you're starved of crud. You're thinking, I'll put the video on, we want to see what you've done, Andy. Right? Now, because I've ripped off Louie Louie, I don't have to worry about hooks and catchiness. This is all in there, you know. And also, this is all completely played. There's no bloody fixing anything. It's all gone down in one take. It's all real instruments, no bloody computers. You can use computers if you want. You can use whatever you want. Do whatever you want, except for AI. You can't just go and get some track off that you made on AI and think you've bloody made a piece of music there. No, because your music needs to be about you. And AI is not about you, it's about everybody else. That's why I don't worry about AI. I think the more I can come on here and just do whatever I want to do without any worry about quality. Anybody who's watching my channel now, I do not give a toss about quality. And people think that's because I'm slapdash. It's not because I'm slapdash, it's because I have reached a zen level of understanding creativity. This is why I got the bloody channel. This is why I come on here and do these videos, because I know I have. I have reached a zen level by accepting crud into my life, and I want you to do it. We haven't even got to the top 10. Anyway, do you want to see the song? So this is the product. This is what I have. I had an urge to write a song, but I was scared that I might go wrong. All my friends would laugh at me. They might say I'm not their cup of tea. But then I thought they're all a bunch of tossers. Why would I even give a shit? Cruddy, crud, crud, a load of crud. It's cruddy, crud, crud. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cruddy, crud, crud, a load of crud. Cruddy, crud, crud, you know it is. So I got my guitar and wrote some chords, none of them used a bar. And then I made up some shite. The lyrics are bad cause I'm not that bright. But then I thought I could inflict it on the whole wide world. They've all been bastards to me, so why should I not put this pile of crud out? Cruddy, crud, crud, a load of crud. It's cruddy, crud, crud. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cruddy, crud, crud, a load of crud. Cruddy, crud, crud, you know it is. Gotta have a guitar solo. Songs today, they don't have guitar solos anymore. Nothing to look forward to. Everybody, crud, cruddy, crud, crud, cruddy, crud, cruddy, crud, 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 cruddy, crud, crud, cruddy, 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 crud, 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 yeah. Cruddy, cruddy, crud, cruddy, crud, crud, cruddy, crud, yeah, yeah. Now, I bet you're all going, I love that. I know it's brilliant. It's catchy. You know, after I did it, I was singing it to myself all the time, you know. It's funny, right? If you're really stuck and you can't get your stuff done, do something funny, right? The world likes funny. Your mates do not want to hear your serious song. They want to hear something that's entertaining, okay? But you shouldn't, if you want to do a serious song, you can do whatever you want. But there's my cruddy song, the crud song, okay? Now, what are we going to do with the crud song? Well, let's go and get me notes, right? So I prepared this video by writing on a piece of cardboard my list. So I'll put it there so you can then take a screenshot of it, students, and then you can ponder over it and you can see that it's all there. Now, that is crud. You see, I haven't really bothered that much. I just banged it down before we went. But the thing is, I know this so well now. I know it inside out. I've taught it for 20, 30 years. And in seeing thousands of kids trying to, get their creativity out there. And that's what they're trying to do. They don't want to make money, right? If you make money, that's just another thing. Do you want to know how to make money out of this? That's another video. This is something else. This is how to get your stuff out there and build an audience. You're not going to make any money until you build an audience. So you have to build your audience first, right? Now, sometimes building an audience for music can cost quite a lot of money, but this doesn't cost very much money as well. So this is it, I tell you. So you've got your song, right? You've got your song. Doesn't matter how you've done it. It can be a pile of poo. It has to be a pile of poo, actually. It has to be crud for this method to work, right? So the first thing, number one, is write and record your song. You now have the song, right? That was number one. We've done number one. So we're now moving on to number two. I want you to go onto the internet and set up a Patreon and a Bandcamp. Now, I already have a Patreon, and at this point in the video, that if you want to become a free member of my Patreon, I will carry on there giving you more advice. I can even do like live chats. I'll do whatever you want. I don't know what it is with me, but I have this very strong desire to be a good person and do good in the world by helping other people be able to access their creativity. And you have to learn to be creative. If you're not putting your stuff out there, you haven't started on the first rung of the ladder. That's really, really important. So you need to go and set up a Patreon. Now, I'm not going to set up a Patreon, but what I have done is release this track and the video, and I've put it to my patrons first. So they've seen all this, and I will have a little bit of writing explaining it. So it's on my Patreon. Now, I've asked you to set it up. I haven't asked you to start it. What I want you to do is set the Patreon up first. And anything that's going on in terms of writing your song, making the video, just start to bang stuff in there. Start to create posts. No, you haven't told anybody about it. But make sure there's a ton of stuff in there. Whatever you want to put up there, you can. Photographs of your cats, you thinking about, what would win out of a Tyrannosaurus Rex and King Kong? All those sort of things. You could do on the Patreon whatever you want to do. You can talk about whatever you want, say whatever you want. Sit down with your mates, have a chat about what you're trying to do, bang it up there. But don't tell anybody yet until you've got quite a lot of stuff about you. Your Patreon is you. But the Patreon, fundamentally, I believe, or something like Patreon, is where the money will come from in the beginning. But you're not going to put any money in to start off. You're going to set it up all free. People can just join it, but they have to join it to see the stuff. Do you understand that? You've got your Patreon. The next thing is you go and set your Bandcamp up. Same thing, don't tell anyone about it. Now, to set a Bandcamp up, you will need to put your track up. So put your track up, don't tell anyone about it. And start to work Patreon, work on your, getting your photographs done, because you'll need something like that, as your avatar, or maybe your logo, if you've got a logo. You'll need some stuff, you'll need all this artwork and stuff, and document that, say this, on your Patreon, this is an idea for that. We haven't told anyone about it yet. You haven't told anybody about this yet. And you grow it all until it's sort of in place, until it feels lived in, right? You got your Patreon and your Bandcamp. Then you need to go and set up, this is number 3, separate social networky type things. They're completely different to, having your Patreon and your Bandcamp. Right? You're going to set up a YouTube channel, you're going to set up a Facebook page, you're going to set up an Instagram, and you're going to set up maybe a TikTok, whatever you want. If there's any other ones you know about, in your artist name, which might be your name, it might be the name of your band or your group or your alter ego, whatever it is. And so you start, once you've got that set up, your friends will go, ooh, so-and-so's got this thing together, and they'll be sort of interested, very slight. Believe me, that interest is going to wane very quickly. This is the big problem with a lot of musicians when they kick off. All their nan and their uncle and their mates down the pub, they all like it and they want to hear the first song. Once they've heard it, they totally lose interest. Bands at this point usually put on a gig, and everyone goes to the gig and they think they're going to be a big success because they got 40 people to watch them at a gig and it felt like a proper gig, and that will wane. All of this will wane, right? So what you're going to do is set that up, and you're going to say this: I'm releasing a single on this date, and put a date about 8 weeks' time, right? And announce it, and then those posts you've got on Patreon start to create things that will draw them to Patreon. So you might have had a video when you talked about the recording process or making the album, or you might have documented a photo shoot. But take a little bit of it. This is where shorts are really useful. Shorts on YouTube, shorts on Facebook, always shorts, all going, just put a video up on my Patreon about blah, blah, blah. You know, we went to Feed the Swans the other day, and it was a lot of fun, and we got a big video out there. If you want to check the video out there, it's really good. The mate got attacked by a swan, nearly broke his arm, you know, because they got very strong necks. All that stuff you put on there, then your mates will go, well, this sounds interesting. I thought I was going to have to listen to his cruddy music. But no, so they'll go over and they'll watch the video and they'll be there, and you're starting to gather your audience on Patreon. That's the key. Bandcamp ain't going to help you, right? If you really want to see Patreon first, Bandcamp is just a place to raise cash. It's one of the easiest places to raise cash to start off with, right? So you've set up all that and you've announced it, and you start to now do whatever you're doing. You need to be organised. You've got to get, photos of you done. You've got to get artwork done. You've got to do all these things. Now, if you don't know how to do all that, put it in the comments and I'll do a video on how to create an album cover with no talent whatsoever. Don't go and use AI. It's not individual enough. Everyone's doing it. You can spot it a mile off. Get your photos done. So I often think that if you're a creative person and you feel a bit sort of, I feel like I'm not getting anything done, get some photos done. Say to your mates, I got an iPhone. Shall we get some photos at the weekend? Now, how do you get photos done? Think of places near you that are interested and go there. Take yourself a flask, and a few biscuits or cakes, and have a nice day out and walk around there in your posh clothes or whatever you want to do, and just take loads and loads of photographs, like hundreds of them, and then bring them back, and there you'll have a whole bunch of photos there. Put them all up on Patreon, all the good ones, and just put a couple and say, just did a photo shoot the other day. If you want to find out what was going on, video yourself doing the photo shoot. It's like this. Once you'll do this every day, you're getting up. You're creating content. You have to do this. Your song is not the content. The song is like the thing that holds it all together. It's almost like the brand. One song, not 3 songs, not an album. One song. Your best song, if you've got a load of songs, pick your best song, right? So, number 4, you now need to create some sort of video for your song. Now, the video can be as awful as the one I've just shown you, which is me when I finish the song, turned around and put a camera on and then just sort of badly mime to the camera. I also film myself drumming on it as well, make it a little bit more interesting. If you want some ideas on how to make crap videos, because the thing is, doesn't matter how good the video is, but people don't listen with their ears nowadays. They listen with their eyes. They're going to check you out with a video. If you haven't got a video, don't bother. You need a video, okay? Even if it's just you sat on the toilet, lip syncing to the track that you got in your headphones, right? That's good enough. Anything will do as long as there's some piece of video. Don't go off to AI and make something. Nobody wants to know about that, right? Whatever it is. Or find a location, do it at the same time you do the bloody photo shoot. If you're going up there, wherever it is. I went up with my friend the other day, say last year, to try and shoot a video. It didn't quite come off, but I got a plan to do something up at Jodrell Bank. Now, Jodrell Bank is Cockney rhyming slang, but I'm actually talking about the actual Jodrell Bank, which is a great big place up near, where's it near? Up north somewhere. And it's brilliant because you can just sit there, sing along to your song, you know, and have the bloody great big radio telescope thing in the background. Looks cool, you know. If you can't edit, then do it all in one go. You can sync up your audio in iMovies or very basic things. And I'm quite happy to explain the terrible, cruddy ways in which I did this, because I had to learn this here for the channel. Right? I've positioned the camera here so you can see my room. Everything in here has been amassed through me doing the work. Right? I ain't got a ton of money. I've always been very poor most of my life. I'm still pretty poor, but everything you see in here has been amassed through the process I'm going through. Right? And I'm going to explain why this works at the end. Okay? So you're going to have to wait to the end to realize the very special thing about this process and why it works. Right, so the release date comes and you released your track on Bandcamp. You put it up for £0. $0. You don't charge anybody for it, but you put a note saying, I am working towards an album. I want to get my stuff out there and I want to do all this type of stuff. If you could support me with a small donation, that would really help. You'll make more money that way, because people, rather than just having to buy, think, I've got to buy £1, I've got to pay $2 for this bloody track of my mates. No, they're not going to do it. Right? But this way, if they have it for free, you have the emails. Collect those emails. Bandcamp is a brilliant service for people collecting emails. And what are you collecting emails of? People who grabbed your track. So your mates who listened to it went, oh my God, it's awful. I don't want that. You know, I ain't going to ever stream that again. You don't want their emails. And I promise you, it will all be people you know. But the people you know who do like it, you've got to grab them and you've got that email. And hopefully with your social networking, you might find that you amass some fans that you don't know. Now, if you go through this process and you amass one fan, this worked. Because this is about you creating an audience. If you don't create one, if you don't come out with one email from Bandcamp, one person that downloaded it for free and can stream it for free, right, then you're going to have to do it again and write a better song, you know. Or write a more interesting song. It's not about being better. It's about being interesting and compelling. Okay? So, the day comes, it's released on Bandcamp. 3 people go over. 2 people, you know, have it for 3. The third one gives you £5 or something like that. So now you've got those 3 emails. Hopefully you've also funneled them over. You've got their emails, so you can say, come over to Patreon. It's a lot of fun. Blah, blah, blah. We're doing this and we're doing that. Your Patreon is your main creative outlet. If you're a creative person, you have to open the whole world up to you. Now, if you are a shy person, you don't have to appear any of this. You can do whatever you want to do. There's so many ways. Maybe you have a mask or an alter ego, or maybe it's all audio so no one can see you saying it. Patreon's brilliant. You can put podcasts up in there. Just, put the audio up. I mean, if I've done stuff like I go to a gig with my mate. It's a 2-hour drive back. We stick the phone on, audio, chat all the way about the band or the songs or music or what you want to do with your life, and then you take the audio from the phone, you bang it up on Patreon, you've got a 2-hour thing. People love listening to people talk. They love these conversations. It's a very interesting thing. Right, so that was number 5, release on Bandcamp. Right, now that single's out, you have to start working the socials. You've got to start putting stuff up. So your job every day to put something up there and try and direct people to Patreon. When you put a post on Patreon, it will create a little sort of thing you can put up on Instagram or TikTok. It's all there for you. That's happening every single day. Don't worry about upsetting people, right? If you keep doing that every day, it's got to be really every day, every 2 days, something's come out. It might be a photograph of your foot. It might be a new guitar you've got. It might be you talking about something completely unrelated to the music. But what you're trying to do is draw people in. You're trying to create a habit where they go, oh, they're doing that now. Oh, they're doing that now. Oh, I'll check that out. I'll check that out. And that is really, really important. Right, so number 6, you work in the socials every day. You've got your track out now. You're established, right? You've got a certain number of fans, and you are now starting to build that up, hopefully. You know, your patrons maybe got 15 people in. It's slowly starting to grow. They might be sending you messages, asking questions. One of the ways to create content for Patreon, I found, which I no longer do because there's too many there, but when their numbers were smaller, I'd set up a Zoom, which is free, half-hour Zoom. I'd invite everyone in the Patreon in, and then we'd chat about stuff. Then I'd grab the video from Zoom, which is straightforward. It's just there. When it's finished, it appears for you in a folder. Bang that up onto Patreon. New people come along. They watch the video of everyone's chatting, having a laugh, showing their favourite albums, whatever it is. Oh, I want to be involved in that, and they will get involved, you see. So, number 6, start working the socials, direct people over to the Bandcamp, direct people over the Patreon. Right, number 7, this is a harder one. Number 7 is to collaborate. Okay? A lot of people see that other artists are competition, but if there's artists out there that you feel are sort of your level, maybe a friend, then go to them and say, do you want to do a collaboration? Now, it might be you just go around each other's house, sit the acoustic guitars out, record yourself just doing something to camera. Stop worrying about quality. Do the collaboration. And then when you put that up, if the other person's already set up, you can start to cross-pollinate. Now, my channel this year is going through a big uplift, and it's taken me 3 years to get here. And one of the reasons is because I've done collaborations. I've done the biggest one being Rick Beato, and the other day I did one with Danny Sapko. He came up here, we did this, brilliant. Now I've worked for years to get to this point, right? Hang on. I always do this. I haven't stuck the power on my camera. But the whole concept with this one was to make this video as cruddy as I possibly could, which I am trying my best to do. So these things don't matter. In fact, I reckon that when I'm doing one of these videos and I'm chatting and people might be dropping off and then they went, oh, hang on, I'm going to do this, or someone knocks the door and I chat to them. People actually perk up. Oh, what's happening here? I didn't expect this. It's because like the real world comes in, chaos suddenly enters. People love chaos. They love watching chaos. That's what people watch on the internet, is chaos. When the chaos demon arrives and makes someone, you know, try to go down a water slide and their bloody underpants come off or whatever it is, that's the chaos demon. You got to embrace the chaos demon, but you got to put him in his place. Collaborate. So Danny Sapko came over, we did the video, I put it up on my thing, brilliant. And then Danny texted me when he got home and he said, there's an invite to collaborate on YouTube. And I didn't know, it's the first time I've done this. So I then sent that to him, and then my video was seen by all his subscribers. I've got 80,000 subscribers. It's taken me 4 years to get to this point of doing stuff every single day. Danny's done the same thing. Right now you're saying, yeah, but these are YouTubers, it's a different thing. No, we're all in the same business. All right. The reason why I do this is because I have to make creative music, and I have to do it all the time, or I go nuts. That realization of I need to be able to sustain my creativity at all costs. And what's happened is this channel, I earn my living off it, but I also earn something else. I now can put an album out, and a few hundred people might listen to that album. I can get and play with Danny. I mean, me and Danny got to play, and I was very proud that we've done that. And everyone was going, oh my God, Danny can sing. And they thought, I mean, you know, it was like, they loved it. Now, it was full of mistakes, but it was real. This is so important. This is my message to the world, believe me. So collaborate. Even if it's with your nan, collaborate. As long as she's got like her own social network and stuff like that. Right, number 8. Don't gig. Waste of time, waste of effort, waste of energy. You got one song out at the moment. You don't gig. Nobody wants to come and see you, so don't gig. If you do that first gig, you'll have some people turn up. Like I said, it will be a big success, and everybody will be going, "Oh, it's brilliant," with your one song, and then a load of cover versions that they like. But you don't want to be getting known for doing cover versions. If you want to form a covers band and go out and do some gigs, that's another video. I can tell you how to do that as well. But that's not what we're talking about. Don't gig. Once you gig, everyone's focused on the gig. You have to get a band together. If you are a band, then you've got to, rehearse it up, make sure you got it right, go there, and it all becomes about the gig. You ain't going to gig until you've got an audience, right? At least 6 people need to want to come and see you play. I promise you, you're not there yet. You will gig in the long run, but not now. Don't gig. Focus on getting this right. Forget gigging. Don't gig. Don't bother to do it. If someone said, "Do you want to go around, Mike? Go and do that. Film it," because that's a way of creating content. But don't use the gig to create content, because you could have just filmed yourself playing in a rehearsal room. Don't do the gig. It's a waste of time, right? And you'll be rubbish. You think you are actually rubbish. And I'll tell you why you're rubbish at the end, but you don't need to worry about that. Right. Don't gig. Number 9, we're nearly there now. Once you get to this point and you've got a few people on your Patreon, you can take a risk now. And you could set up an account over on Elastic Stage. And you're going to put your single out on CD and vinyl if you want. Okay? Now, Elastic Stage is this incredible site where you put the audio up, right? Now, you might need a couple of songs before we get to this point. This is why I've left this later. You might want to do an EP. You could do a whole album over Elastic Stage, do whatever you want. But basically, you upload the artwork. They've got all these wizards there, not like actual pointy wizards, but electronic wizards that will help get the artwork done so it all works. You'll be able to set a label up on Elastic Stage, and people can just go there, buy your album or buy your CD, and they do all the work. I've been using Elastic Stage now for 6 months, and I'm coming up to about £1,000 I've made out of it in the last 6 months. It's brilliant. And the thing I realise is that people will go over to Bandcamp. They might go and get it for free so they can have a listen to it, and maybe they want to stream it, or they might download it and stick it on an iPod if they still exist. I mean, who does downloads now anyway? People want to buy a physical product. And if they've been following and they like what you do, they think, "Oh, I'll buy that," because physical products are important, right? And they might want that little CD. They want to be able to put it in there. They're gonna bloody stream it on, Bandcamp. And if you want to put it up on Spotify, you can. At this point, you're not trying to make any money. But that physical product, people buy into you then, right? And you'll make a little bit of money, okay? So that's the first process done. We've gone all the way to that, and now we've got a physical product out there, and you will have built a fan base. You can sit back after those first 8 weeks and go, "Wow, I've got 7 people on Patreon, and someone bought my CD single," right? If that happens, that's been a massive success. And I tell you why, because this is exponential. We now get to number 10, the most important thing here. You know what it is? You repeat the process. You get your next song, one song, and you bang it out in the same way. Next single comes out, you promote that single, you do everything that I've said. Now, if you've got 6 people, if you get another 6, you've now got 12, right? But hopefully you've got a little bit of a momentum now. When you start off, you've already got all those people liking what you're doing. You've got a little network of people, and then all the internet that's out there, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, and I can tell you how this works and how to play it. But they start to go, "Well, there's something going on here." See, the algorithm, it works on engagement. It's not views, it's engagement. If you put a video out there, there's not that many views, but there's loads of comments on your YouTube, for example, right? Which means you've got to get there and answer those comments. Sometimes when I'm having really good conversations on YouTube, I will screenshot the comments, or I'll copy and paste them, I'll bang them into the Patreon so people can see, especially when they're being nasty to me. And I copy and paste it, I'll put them up on Patreon so my patrons can have a good laugh at what people are saying about me. And I can have the vengeance of making these people look like idiots, you see. Because I'm really motivated by things like that. Negative motivation, it's more important than positive motivation, negative motivation is. But when you repeat it, you should have more momentum. Then when you've done it again, guess what you're going to do again? You're going to repeat it all again. Now you got 3 songs out. Now, you sit back now, your job as a creative person is done. You're not making that much money. You might have made £20 out of all this, but you'd made nothing before, right? 3 songs, 4 songs, 5 songs. Now, when you get to an album's worth of songs, that's the point where you go, right, I am now releasing an album. But Andy, they've got all the songs, believe me, right? They will then, you can repeat the whole process with the album. The album comes out, it's got all the songs on, maybe get a couple of that worked there before, go to Elastic Stage, and now you're going to bring your album out, right? And now you're starting to create an audience. Now, when you've got an album's worth of material, when that album comes out, I will grant you 1 gig, 1 local gig, which will be your album launch. And you will video the whole thing, record the whole thing, photograph the whole thing. You'll collect bloody emails, do everything, give away stuff. You can get t-shirts. So you can sell anything you want on Patreon. You can sell whatever you want. You know, look at this. Danny Sapko gave me this hat, right? And here I am doing a YouTube, and I did it deliberately. I put the hat on because he's getting a little bit of marketing out of this. It's all about momentum. Once you get going and get up and going, you are going. Now, this is the last thing I want to say on this video, right? Because I want this to be short. I don't want people wading through a whole bunch of stuff, and I've tried to cram it with advice. But this is the one that's hard to swallow for people. To get good at this, you've got to do it over and over again. The most important thing you will ever learn if you're a creative person trying to create an audience is where you went wrong. And you won't know where you went wrong until you put the thing out there. I'll work on a track or a video, whatever it is, I'll work on something, right? I think I've got everything right. I think I've worked it all out. All my, ego and also my self-loathing has all come together and locked into a point of going, right, this is right, it's perfect now, I've got it perfect. Forget perfect. I've got it perfect now, and you put it out there. And then once it's out there, people start looking. This happens to me all the time. I'll put a track out, album out there. I've been working on it. I've heard it 1,000,000 times. And it's out there, and I start to see people are listening to it. Maybe a couple of people have bought it. At that point, I get this sort of slight panic. And I go back and I put the headphones on, and I listen to the album on Bandcamp or wherever it is. And when I put it on, it's like it's changed completely. Because I'm now listening to it from the audience point of view. You don't have to try. It will just happen. And I sit there and, oh my God, this is really boring. Or, oh my God, this is so, well, you'll feel in your soul what's not quite right. And when you do your next thing, you will automatically put that right. Now, if you do that 30, 40, 50 times, at some point, you will start to understand this process. You cannot learn it. You can't go around the circle of creativity and keep going. With a circle of creativity, because this is a circle we just described, and your song is basically the things that drive that circle. But it doesn't go around like this. It's like a corkscrew that screws its way into the world at large, and it starts to embed you and you start to move forward. You must move forward. Now, yeah, in 5 years' time, I promise you, you will listen to those old songs and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? And if you want to know what that's like, go back and watch my early videos on this YouTube. Now, they're still there because that's me. And there may be people who love my early videos. They might say, Andy's a bit over the top now. He's learned how to communicate too well. He talks in a much more animated way. There's too much joking. In the early days, when he had long hair, he'd just sit there in his horrible garage with his terrible camera and just chat. And people might like that. And I might find myself watching a video one day and thinking, you've become too animated. It's become a joke. You need to get more serious. Now, I have to be honest, that was what happened after the Rick Beato interview, when the whole world was looking at me until my channel went down. I mean, my channel went down, right? I went through all that, got to the side, and it was like a learning process. It's a learning process. And one of the things that experience that I learned, I can tell you what it was. When I went all through that and came out the other side, I thought, I work hard on this channel. I have a lot of people watching it, but I have only got 80,000 subscribers. I wonder why that is. When some people have 1 million subscribers. and I realised a couple of things. One is I tell you my opinion. So there's people who like me and there's people who hate me, and I have to live with that. I could not, as a content creator, do the bland vanilla approach. I can't do it. It wouldn't be me. If you do that approach and you're good at that, then you do it and you'll learn that and you realise that that's your talent. See, talents aren't about, it's not positive and negative. Talents are like, you know, somebody does one thing really well, but somebody can do the opposite thing and it's still the talent that they've got. I'm one of these people that I know where the pressure points are in society and culture, and I see that pressure point and I go, you know, if you were to say that now, it's half the world's going to kick off and love you and think, oh my God, I can't believe Andy said that, and half the people are going to hate you. Now, I learnt this when I went to play at a prog festival. And the day before I put out a video and it was called The 10 Most Overrated Drummers. And at number one, I put Neil Peart because I knew that was the button to press. I knew those sort of snotty nosed, think they know everything types who like Neil Peart will get very upset that I even cast any sort of doubt on him not being the greatest drummer. Now, the festival I was playing was called Prog for Peart. So as I walked up, there was like 5 people on a table and they were fans of the channel. I went, whoa, it's Andy. What have you been doing, Andy? I said, I've been shooting a video today. What is it? What's it called? And I went, it's called the 10 Most Overrated Drummers. And they all laughed. They went, what's number one? And I just didn't say anything. I just looked up at the picture of Neil Peart at the festival that we'd gone to celebrate the man. And they just burst out laughing. And the one bloke goes, he says, I love it. He says, you start a video. And he says, I'll get my chair and sit there and go and fold my arms to watch the carnage. Right? So it could be, because my views are very high, it could be that not everyone's subscribing because they can't deal with someone with a different opinion. There's those types. Now, I came at that sort of, you know, in the end, who do I want watching this? I want normal people with a sense of humour that can go, I don't agree with Andy, but, you know, he said his opinion. I don't hate him for it. They're called, like, tolerant liberal people. I like those. I have an opinion, right? If somebody hates you, they'll want to watch you. You can't please everybody. Although mass media does please everybody on the whole. That's the whole thing, right? I learnt that. The other thing I learnt is I probably will never, ever get that huge following. And so I actually need to do what I love doing and to stop going for the views. I could be sat here now doing the 10 most overrated, what would do it, really would really push the buttons. So, the 10 most arrogant lead singers. There we go. I've probably done that at some point. That's like, that'll go into my top 20 videos in time. That will be a huge. I could be sat there doing that right now. But when I look into my soul and what I want to do, I want people out there to feel that they can create and then get onto the cycle of creation. And when they're in there, it gets better and better, and realise that you have to get through the pain to get to that point, and you have to learn it. So what is stopping you? Let's go to the beginning of the video. 2 ideas. You're not good enough, right? And there's too much competition. And now this is the curse of perfectionism. Now, my song I put out, right, it harnesses negative energy. That song says, here's this cruddy songs. I made a cruddy song. It lists why it's cruddy in the song. But it goes, why do I care what other people think? They're a bunch of tossers anyway. They're all a bunch of tossers. Why are you worried about what people think? So when you're sat there thinking, oh, no, this song's no good, I'm not putting it out, I've spent 6 months making it, I might scrap it and I'll do another one, you can go, I'll have a listen to Andy's song. He put this song out. Do I care what people think? No. Do I think people will like this song? Probably. I could have done some really hard esoteric jazz. I'd love to do that. I could have felt artistically fulfilled. Yesterday I did a tribute to Charlie Parker with the great jazz saxophonist Martin Speake, and he dragged out some good playing, and I was actually creatively happy. Because I'm like you, self-loathing, don't like what I do. right? And I know I've worked so hard on that video, mixing it, getting it all right. The video's gone out. It will come out as a recording on Bandcamp, you know, and I really worked hard on every bit of it. No one will watch it. But the crud video, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, shall we? You'll all be going, I love it, Andy. I've bought it on bloody thing. Because as you notice, as we went through this video, you will see that this... I've done all the stuff and you saw it flash up. I have taken that cruddy song and done this with it. It's all there now for you to see. Bloody labour of love this is. So, as we say, why don't you come over to my Patreon? See, I've dangled the carrot. Come over to my Patreon, right? And get involved. And if you come on there and in the comments or something else, just put, Andy, I'll come over here. Can you do something on how to make videos for your songs, or how do I do this, or I don't know how to mix my song, I don't know how to sync up the audio, well, all these types of things, and I will try and help. I've taken on my friend Rob now, who's working for me, and I would love Rob to be doing some of these videos, and I might get him to do some stuff for Patreon about how to do the technical stuff. But if you don't know how to do it, find somebody who does. Go out there and find someone. There's a whole bunch of things attached to this. There is so much you need to learn to be able to do this. Realise that if you are not a success, then your opinion on how to be a success is probably not that valuable to you. You're best off, as my mum always used to say, saying you don't know. Just say you don't know. Open yourself up to the world. Open yourself up to new things and new ideas and see where it leads you, like Bilbo Baggins, and hopefully it will lead you, after a couple of years, to maybe 1,000 people that like your stuff. And 1,000 people is enough to have a career out of this in this day and age. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was some help. If you want to know anything else like this, put it in the comments and I will do a video. Thank you.